Cowboys insider Garrett Podell, who joins us from AT&T Stadium. We'll get to the Micah Parsons saga in a moment. Let's start with Joe Milton looking good in the final preseason game. 2 total touchdowns against the Falcons. Garrett, what's your takeaway from Milton this preseason?
Well, Hakeem, it was a roller coaster, but he ended on a high note, right? Joe Milton, he really struggled to get things going early, just struggled to complete passes in the opening quarter in each of the first 2 preseason games. Not the case here. Scored on the first 2 drives of the game. And I think, earlier in the highlight, early nerves, and then that allowed him to really just hit a lot of guys in between the numbers. There'd been some smoke on social media about him throwing the ball too hard. And when talking to him earlier this week after practice, he said, if you think I throw the football too hard, then you shouldn't be in the NFL. But he was able to get his footwork in rhythm a lot more, which was something both he and head coach Brian Schottenheimer said he needed to do to be more successful this week. Although notably on the touchdown, he said, my footwork was a little off on the play action. Wasn't supposed to really do that before throwing to Jalen Brooks, but he and Brooks have been like this all off season running with the second team offense. So it didn't really matter.
They have found their backup in Joe Milton. Hopefully that works out for the Cowboys and they don't have to go to him, and Dak Prescott is healthy all season long. The big question here is what's going to happen with Micah Parsons? The saga continues to add layers. With the team on Friday, a fan shouted, "Come to the Falcons." He made a call me gesture. He was a call me. And then he was seen laying on a table during the game. Jerry Jones spoke on Friday about failed negotiations, made it clear he does not want to do business with Parsons' agent. Garrett, you've been with the Cowboys all preseason. You were in the Cowboys locker room on Friday. You spoke with star corner Trayvon Diggs. What did he have to say about all this?
Yeah, Hakeem. So Micah Parsons, we saw him walking into the locker room. He walked out of the locker room with Diggs. And so myself and probably 3 or 4 other reporters slowly walked behind them trying to talk to Micah. Now, Trayvon, he turned around, crossed his arms, and Micah wasn't available, but Trayvon was. And he said, look, I spoke to Micah about his back soreness, and he woke up this morning feeling sore, which maybe that was why he was laying on the training table. But, Diggs said he didn't know if Micah's going to be out there for week 1, and the whole situation is, tough circumstances because he said Parsons is, quote, the heart and soul of the team. But, Micah's in good spirits about the whole thing, really, because when we stopped talking to Diggs after a couple minutes and Parsons poked his head around the corner and was like, "Hey, Trayvon, did you say all good stuff?" And we all kind of laughed. So even though, Jerry Jones makes these negotiations look pretty tense, from my personal observation tonight with Trayvon and Micah, they're laughing about the whole deal.
I'm curious, do you think this plays out similar to the way the Dak Prescott deal played out, where they got it done opening day a couple years ago before their game against the Cleveland Browns? Do you see it going down to that, or do you see this lingering into the regular season?
I think, there's been trade smoke. I think one way or the other, whether it's on the day of week 1, like Dak Prescott a year ago in Cleveland, as you mentioned, Hakeem, or sometime later in the season or next offseason, Micah Parsons will re-sign with the Dallas Cowboys. It's hard to say the timing on that because that's really all going to boil down to when Jerry Jones is comfortable doing these deals. Last offseason with Dak, he said, I just got to be comfortable to do this contract. And so whenever Jerry's ready, I do believe Micah will re-sign. I could very well see it being week 1. Brian Schottenheimer said on Wednesday that he believes Micah will be out there in week 1. Talking to defensive tackle Oso Odigizua after the game, he said, "Oh, shoot, bro. I have no idea. I can't answer any more questions about this, but I would be happy to sit here and answer questions about it all night long. But I do believe eventually a deal will get done."
And with the preseason wrapped up in Dallas, all sights now set on their week 1 matchup, the season opener in the NFL against the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles. The big question remains, will we see Micah Parsons running out with the star on his helmet? As you heard Garrett say, Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer said he expects Parsons to be available for the season opener.
Yes. Here's the difference, right? Weren't the Dallas Cowboys defending Super Bowl champions? Yes. They were the defending Super Bowl champion.
Boom. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, just sent shockwaves through the NFL, obliterating the Atlanta Falcons 31-13 their 2025 preseason finale at AT&T Stadium. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. A roar from a team hungry to defend their Super Bowl crown. But amidst the fireworks, a storm is brewing. Joe Milton's breakout performance has jaws dropping, while Micah Parsons' contract saga is spiraling into chaos. Buckle up, NFL fans. This is the drama you can't look away from. Tonight, we're diving into the highs, the lows, and the explosive controversies shaking Dallas to its core. We're starting with the man of the hour, Joe Milton. How did this young quarterback silence his doubters in a game that could define his future? Let's break it down. Joe Milton III stepped onto the field with the weight of a franchise on his shoulders. After 2 shaky preseason games that had fans screaming, "Bring back Trey Lance," Milton answered with a performance that was nothing short of electric. 10 of 18 passes for 132 yards, a 29-yard touchdown laser to Jalen Brooks, and a gritty 1-yard rushing score. Oh, and let's not forget that clutch 18-yard scamper on 4th and 1 to keep a drive alive. This wasn't just a game. It was a resurrection. Milton, traded from New England for a 5th-round pick, faced relentless scrutiny after completing only 26 of 47 passes for 265 yards, with 2 interceptions across his first 2 outings. Critics called him Joe Dirt. Fans raged on X, with posts like, "Cowboys should have kept Trey Lance." But Friday night, Milton flipped the script. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer couldn't hide his grin, saying, "He looked a lot more comfortable and settled tonight. Is this the backup Dak Prescott needs? Or is Milton's arm just too wild for the NFL?" One thing's clear. He's got the Cowboys buzzing and the league watching. Milton's rise is a feel-good story, but the Cowboys' locker room isn't all smiles. A dark cloud looms over Dallas' Micah Parsons. What's driving this superstar to the edge? Let's dive into the drama. Micah Parsons, the heart and soul of the Cowboys' defense, is at war with the franchise he's carried. The 2021 NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, with 12.0 sacks and 43 tackles last season, is in the final year of his rookie deal, set to earn $24 million. But he wants more, a long-term contract to cement his legacy. Instead, he's met with silence from Jerry Jones. On Friday, Parsons showed up to AT&T Stadium, but his heart wasn't in it. Dressed in a hoodie, number 11 nowhere in sight, he laid on a training table, eyes closed, as the Cowboys dominated. A fan shouted, "Come to the Falcons," and Parsons responded with a call-me gesture, pure dynamite. NFL analyst Rich Eisen called it a nuclear move, warning Parsons might not even board the plane for the season opener against the Eagles. Jerry Jones, known for his high-stakes deals, admitted negotiations have collapsed, saying he doesn't want to deal with Parsons' agent. Teammate Trevon Diggs tried to downplay the tension, laughing with Parsons post-game and calling him the heart and soul of the team. But the truth? This saga is tearing Dallas apart. Will Parsons suit up for Week 1, or is a blockbuster trade on the horizon? The clock is ticking, and the stakes couldn't be higher. While Parsons' drama steals headlines, another Cowboy made waves in the finale. Let's talk about the rookie who lit up the field, Jaden Blue. If Joe Milton was the spark, rookie running back Jaden Blue was the wildfire. The 5th-round pick, sidelined for 2 weeks with ankle and heel injuries, finally hit the field, and wow, did he deliver. Blue punched in a 1-yard touchdown on Dallas's second drive, finishing with 9 carries for 25 yards. His vision, burst, and pass protection instincts had coaches raving, with X-posts buzzing about his explosive potential. But the night wasn't all glory. Blue limped off with another ankle injury, though he was seen walking in the tunnels post-game. Is this kid the future of Dallas's backfield, ready to complement stars like Javonte Williams? Or will injuries derail his rise? One thing's certain. Blue's debut has Cowboys Nation dreaming big, even as the team holds its breath on his recovery. Blue's debut was a glimpse of hope, but the Cowboys' defense and special teams also flexed their muscle. What else made this win a statement? Let's unpack the rest. This wasn't just Milton and Blue stealing the show. The Cowboys' defense and special teams brought the hammer. Dallas's D notched 2 sacks. James Houston and Perrion Winfrey Each brought down Falcons QB Easton Stick, and Robert Rochelle sealed a fourth-quarter interception off ex-Cowboy Ben DiNucci. The unit held Atlanta to 13 points, with Stick throwing his second interception of the preseason. Then there's kicker Brandon Aubrey, who drilled a 64-yard field goal to end the first half, a kick that could have matched the NFL's 70-yard record. Aubrey's leg, already proven with a 65-yarder in 2024, is a weapon that could swing games in the regular season. But cracks remain. Dallas lost the time of possession battle and converted only 4 of 11 third downs. Is this the complimentary football Schottenheimer's preaching, or a mirage before the Eagles clash? The Cowboys are rolling into Week 1 with momentum, but questions linger. With the preseason done, all eyes turn to the ultimate test, Week 1 against the defending champion Eagles. Can Dallas carry this fire, or will Parsons' drama derail them? Let's wrap it up. The Dallas Cowboys are riding high after a 31-13 demolition of the Falcons, with Joe Milton proving he's no Joe Dirt, Jaden Blue igniting hope, and the defense and special teams showing championship grit. But the shadow of Micah Parsons looms large. Will he suit up against the Eagles on the 4th of September? Or will his nuclear standoff with Jerry Jones fracture this Super Bowl contender? Brian Schottenheimer expects Parsons on the field, but Rich Eisen's warning echoes, why would we even get there? The NFL's eyes are on Dallas, and the drama is only beginning. Drop your thoughts below. Will Milton hold the QB2 spot? Is Parsons staying or going? And can the Cowboys dethrone the Eagles? Subscribe, hit that bell, and join us as we track every twist in this wild NFL season.